Good evening, this is Cloud Chartist with a little technical analysis on the Ichimoku charts on dollar yen, USDJPY. I did my weekly FX analysis, so this might be redundant to those of you who watched that, but we do have a new weekly candle out this week. So starting off with the weekly, we see that dollar yen is bullish. It's above the cloud, and last week, let me zoom in now that you see the big picture. Last week we closed above the Kijun Sen, which is bullish, so we're above all resistance on the weekly dollar yen chart. Also, this red line over here, the Chikou, representing price action time shifted 26 periods into the past, is above all resistance. It's pointing down currently, reflecting the downward momentum of the current candle selling off to the Kijun Sen, where it's currently hanging out. The Kijun Sen is located at 120.99, and that's exactly where price is right now at the moment. So it's important for price to hold that exact level where it is right now. For things to remain completely bullish, if we move lower below that, then we could come down and test the Tenkan Sen, which is currently at 119.84. Overall, this chart would still be completely bullish if that happened. In fact, it would still be bullish if as long as we held the cloud at 118.80. That's just on the weekly time frame. Let's go down to some lower time frames. Let's go to the daily. Daily time frame dollar yen is also bullish. I'll zoom in. You notice it's over the cloud after this nice uptrend where it broke out. It tried to break over the cloud here, then it did indeed break out and hold over the cloud. Now, as it's commonly does, especially with a flat cloud, if price action breaks out over the cloud and there's a flat below, especially a strong breakout, oftentimes price will come back down and test the flat top of the cloud, and it did that on the last daily candle, and it may again do that here. In which case it would, it would lose that 120.99 level that I mentioned on the weekly, but the weekly, it can lose it a million times as long as it closes above it on the weekly time frame. That's all that really matters. So the flat cloud is down here around, let's see, 120.68. So I would look for 120.68 to hold on dollar yen right now. Let's look at the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame on dollar yen is also still bullish, but we are challenging the Tenkan Sen support here. So if we want to, if we expect prices to go higher, it's important to hold the Tenkan Sen on a closing basis. You see that all the candles have indeed held the Tenkan Sen on a closing basis up until now. The last time the Tenkan Sen was violated on a closing basis was back here let's see, that was like 2 weeks ago. I think, is that right? Monday, Sunday, no, last week, sorry. So I'm expecting that if we do hold the Tenkan Sen on a closing basis on the 4-hour chart, that we will indeed proceed higher and maybe retest this double top area from Sunday night. If we do put in a close underneath the Tenkan Sen level, which is at 121.04, I can expect that we could possibly come down, head down towards this flat Kijun Sen below, perhaps test it. And if we do get close to there, I would be cautious if I was long dollar yen. Of course, we have FOMC coming up on Wednesday, so all bets are off, because we know that when we get to that point, that the dollar is going to have some kind of crazy reaction and move dollar yen. And who knows what kind of yen craziness can happen between now and then also, but that's always a risk. Let's look at the hourly. Trying to zoom, having some issues, sorry about that. The hourly time frame is still fully bullish for dollar yen. We've lost the Kijun Sen support right here, but we're testing the cloud below. We do have a rising cloud for the next several hours until the middle of the night. then we have a cloud that's sort of flattening off and then going lower a little bit, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Also, make note that there is a bear cross. The Kijun-sen is bear crossed over the Tenkan-sen, and both are flat. So it's possible that we could be looking at a potential range trade between the Kijun-sen and the Tenkan-sen. Could just move sideways between these two levels. So if we do sell into the cloud, if we lose the support of the cloud, we could test the Tenkan-sen below at 120.84 on the hourly time frame. Let's look at the 30-minute. 30-minute chart, we've moved from bullish to neutral, so we're getting slightly less bullish in the shorter time frames. And actually, the current 30-minute time frame candle, let me zoom in a little bit more, has tested the Tenkan-sen and was rejected. So it's key for us, if you want to be continually bullish on the shorter time frames, to get back over the Tenkan-sen here at 121.03, and then also we will need to get back over the cloud at about 121.05. Otherwise, there's a chance of us coming down and testing. We do have some obvious horizontal support in the 120.94 level, but then we don't really have a lot more support until the bottom of the cloud, which is confluent with the Kijun-sen down here at around, oh nice, my cursor froze, around 120.85. Let's see. I'm not going to go to any lower time frames than that. Okay, I'll do the 15-minute. I was going to stop because my cursor froze. Alright, let's look at the 15-minute. 15-minute is actually bullish, but and we are trading in this range between the Tenkan-sen and the Kijun-sen, similar to the 30-minute chart. Flat Tenkan-sen, flat Kijun-sen. We are extended over the cloud here, so if we do lose the Kijun-sen support, which is currently at 120.97, we could trade down towards the flat cloud below. And if we continue to sell off and we move forward in time, the next couple hours, we could test this cloud twist area. Wherever there's a cloud twist below or above price, you want to be careful, because price can tend to go through the cloud at that twisted area. That's about all I have to say on dollar yen. I hope that you found this helpful, enjoyable. Enjoy your evening. Thanks for watching.